Hey there, this is Coach Alan Kipping Ruane with TriGuy Multisport Coaching, and I'm here analyzing Marshall's running mechanics, which we did at the local Wyomissing High School track. It was taken on November 29th, 2012 for a story being done by the local newspaper, the Reading Eagle. And so as you can see, the photographer in the back, he was kind of taking pictures while we were doing a video analysis. So the first thing I'd like to start with is looking at Marshall's face. Looking at your face, you want to make sure that it stays relaxed by letting your jaw drop and your cheeks kind of flap around. And then I'll put this in normal motion. And as you can see, you're kind of smiling a little bit, which is okay. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. But you look very relaxed in running. Just make sure that you're not going to start tensing up your face. Looking at your head now, you want to make sure that it's upright and at most looking 10 to 12 yards in front of you. Looking at your video, you can see that that's exactly what you're doing. I didn't find any issues here. Keeping your head upright and looking at 10 to 12 yards in front of you is extremely biomechanically efficient, but it also ensures that you have a clear passage for air in and out of your lungs. Next, I want to look at your shoulders as far as positioning and rotation. With your shoulders and neck, you want to make sure that they remain relaxed and shouldn't rotate while you run. And looking at your footage, you can see here that your shoulders are not rotating at all, which is good. If you do have a problem where you're over rotating a little bit, I would suggest maybe doing like 20 windmills with each arm, and then try and stretching your neck by dropping your head to both sides, front or back. And you want to try and touch your ears to your shoulders. Just doing this a few times will open up your neck and your shoulder muscles, which will ensure that you don't over rotate. Here we're going to look at the forward lean of the torso as far as posture, positioning, and the vertical angle from the hips to the ears. Looking at your forward lean position, the ideal range that you want to see athletes be is 5 to 10 degrees. Here at your flat-footed position, you're at the 5-degree mark. Now, if we move towards the toe-off position, you're at 8 degrees, which is fantastic. Just remember that if you're thinking about leaning a little bit farther forward, which it could actually keep your legs from extending properly, so just be careful and be cognizant of that aspect of the forward lean. But otherwise, your form here looks fantastic. So showing your right side as you go off the toe position, your arms that are roughly at 90 degrees currently. Then as you continue forward running, your arm starts to drop, and you get to 110, 118, 119, 120 degrees. Now showing here is where a 90-degree angle would be. So you're only bringing up your arms only a few inches or so. And also to note is, because your arms are dropping a little bit, your hand starts to go almost behind your back, and doing that is wasted energy. Remember, your arms, pumping your arms, it gives you forward momentum in motion, and helps propel your legs forward. And as you continue forward, it stays at the roughly 100 to 115 degrees, and then continues on to that 90 degree where your form looks absolutely perfect. Here, looking at your placement of the hands, you can see that your left hand is actually opened. The ideal situation would be pretending that you have a roll of pennies in your hand and you're closing your fist to hold it there. Now, you don't want to have tension there, it's just slightly pressed. And your thumbs want to be placed on your index fingers or your forefingers, where you can pretend that you have a potato chip that you don't want to break. Looking at the bouncing or vertical distance in your step, you do have a little bit of vertical almost leap. I know you are a very tall person, but this is generally at the bottom of where you're running, because you're not dipping that much lower. And then when you're coming back up, you can see pretty much where you hit your peak. And that's roughly, I would say that's closer to about 4 inches. But if you consider 4 inches here, and then if you look at, if you're running at 10K, that might be a few, 200 or 300 feet. You're taking so many steps in a 10K, and you don't want to be causing that much vertical distance. You want to take that vertical distance and put it into forward motion. Looking at your knee angle first, you can see that you're at 80 degrees, which is ideal. You want to see below 90 degrees, so you being at 80 and then moving to around 68 degrees is perfect. Now when we look at your hip angle, you can see the running stride. you are at around 26 degrees. An ideal elite runner will be around 24 to 30 in that range, and you're at 26, so that's good to see. We're looking at your stride length to see if you're overstriding, and as you see, as your right foot plants down, I don't have to draw a line, but you are not overstriding here. But on your left side, your foot slowly comes down, and you can see where your ears all the way down through your chest goes down, and you're completely behind your left foot. Another way to kind of fix this is to just shorten your left leg stride, and you want to also just check your cadence. You know, if you're hitting around 90, maybe consider, running your cadence to 95 or something like that. Just play around with your cadence, but definitely check your stride length. Overall, I'd say that your form looks pretty good. Just a few changes over the off season and into the winter can make it for an excellent racing season in 2013. Well, I'm done here. I hope this review was helpful for you. If you have any questions, or if anyone is interested in a running analysis, feel free to contact me, Alan at TriGuyCoaching.com. Thanks.